Hello everybody, this is Niko Menko and I do professional photography. Who new to this channel, who never subscribed for me before, I do weddings, I do portraits photography, I like to do landscape photography, I like to travel. So if you guys new to this channel, you can subscribe. Today I'm gonna do a full review about Canon RF lens. I'm gonna do a review about macro lens. In this video, I'm gonna review two products. We're actually gonna do review the Canon RF 100mm lens 2.8, and also for the macro shots, we need a good lighting. So I got here the Godex ring light, and I'm gonna explain you why actually this is good for the macro shots and instead of using regular flashlight for your pictures. Now, I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'm pretty new to the macro lens. Me personally, doing weddings and portraits were never occurred me to use a macro lens before. So I was saw other photographers using macro lens on weddings, doing some detail shots for the wedding rings, and I was pretty amazed with the results, and I was thinking to me myself getting one of those macro lens and give it a shot to try. So I really want to give you my honest opinion about this lens. It's really worth it, the tag price of it. It's estimated to $1,000. And for what I was reading, previous DSLR lens were better, but for some reason the RF lens should be actually supposed to be much more better. What I like about the design here about this lens, it's mostly plastic. So it's very light, it's not really heavy. I really like the lens hood here. So let's talk about the lens himself. So it has the function of full frame. You have the size of 0.5 millimeter to infinity. You can change it. So this is what the big change about the macro lens, that you can really get closer. Now, you think like any lens can be macro lens? Well, let me tell you something. If you look here in the back, it tells you how closer you can get to the object. So here in the bottom it says 0.26 millimeters, and slash, if you're from US, 0.86 feet, so to infinity. So that's pretty close. You can see the size of the radius that we have on the lens. It's pretty small, so that's give us a very nice way to reach a small objects. So what I noticed compared to the other lenses, this one has another ring here, because we already know that all RF lenses comes with the extra rings, so you can set up for what you want. You have the AF focus rings, and since it's like a prime lens, it doesn't have any zoom, but they add this one. So this was kind of interested. It says SA control. So I was playing with that, and it kind of gives me like the feeling like I can get a little bit more, or maybe out a little bit, kind of like shifted around with it. So it's something like I'm really new to the macro lens, so it's kind of interested for me was to try it out, to test it out. So if I really need it, so you tell me yourself in the comments, how do you feel if that's something you guys been using it, because that's kind of like the coolest thing about this lens what I saw. There's nothing else like that's closer from other RF lenses I saw, and I didn't see anything similar to that to other macro lens. So I was like, let me give it a try to test this out, this lens. Also, for my personal view about this lens, I was really struggling with autofocusing. So many times I was feeling like I was trying to put a point, I was trying to hit something, and I couldn't get the shot like right away, like instantly needed. Because let's say if you're shooting, pretty sure I was like talking about insects. So you're trying to catch some insect and you're afraid it's gonna move, so you're trying to get the shot. So I'm thinking you can lose the time. So especially when you do macro shots, you have to understand that, say this is your object and that's the lens. The closer you get, there's not enough light that can get to the lens himself. So what basically happening, you really struggling to get that focus on the object that you're trying to get. And we do need some extra lighting. But how you get lighting? So this is where we come with this thing, the Godox LED ring. So that ring, you actually assemble it into the lens on the top area. So what I liked about the macro lens, you're not gonna heat it. So, and when you get very closer, that light will actually give you direct light to the object you're trying to photograph. And when that light will help you with your automatic focusing, so you're gonna less struggling. So if you're trying to shoot macro shot on really like low light situations, you do need that. You do need the ring light. Now, you can actually, if you go outdoor, you can try it. Even might work, but sometimes you can get like, let's say, if you go to a nature and there's a tree, there's a shadow from the tree, you might have that issue with autofocusing if you really like into the macro photography. Also, what else I want to talk about, like what I'm thinking like this is can be a good lens for somebody like me who personally not never do macro shots. Would you like to photograph jewelry like the wedding rings, earrings, maybe it's like a special material that maybe like the dress was made of. You can do that really closer to the texture of the material and you can really see it. So you can get really close. It's not like macroscopically close, but it will give you good enough resolution just to see the object very close to you, like more normally than you eye will see. And I love that. It's really different. It's gonna give you much more better portfolio. As a wedding photographer, I believe that can also expose you more if you do those image shots. So I think that's great. That can give you that. But question is like, how often gonna use it? So for wedding, like just for the detail shots, so that's great. But most of the time it's gonna be on my backpack, so I'm not gonna use it. Now, I was thinking to test it. Maybe I can do some portraits with that and to shoot some images. And I was impressed. He actually did a pretty good job. He did amazing portraits. During the light, he got a nice bokeh because it's 100mm and 2.8 aperture. So he did a fantastic job in that. But because it's a macro lens and you have a small radius here, because it's so small and tiny, it's still not gonna give you that whiteness that you want. And if you compare this to a regular prime lens, that like the 85mm ones or the 50mm, those are the best ones for the portrait shots because they has that wide angle, that's perfect for the portraits. But doesn't mean you cannot still use this for the portrait shots. You can still do that and you can still get a great images. So it's still cheaper than buying 85mm or 50mm that actually the price tag is $2,000. So for $1,000 you can still get a nice images and high quality and still be considered a professional photographer. Now, also if you do product shots, this actually can be a good product shot. So for if you're talking about jewelry or other accessories or even perfumes, you can get good, nice close-ups. Also, like for all the medicines and pharmaceutical companies who also like to use their product shots, they can be a good thing. I want to talk about the next thing is actually the Godox. So I really like Godox products. I've been having all the flashes. So this is my first time trying something like that, similar, okay? So if you guys already been trying this before, tell me please in a comment what's your experience with Godox rings, because I never have experience with other brands. I'm been loyal so far to Godox. I love the products. I think they have affordable prices. That's something that most photographers can afford. And really what else you get here, that's specifically the rings. So let me take it so you guys can see it though. So the whole box So basically it's a brand new one. I didn't open it yet, so you guys gonna see it directly yourself. So that's the ring, okay, and that's where you actually plug these ones on your camera. So if you look in the back, you can see you can adjust the speed of it, how much you want, higher or faster, like all regular flash, but it's LED, so it's not like a flash. So I'll explain you why we don't want to use a regular flash for specifically if you do macro shots. So you have to imagine that's the lens, that's your flash right here on the top. So when you do the flash, right, and you have a close object, what happened to this light? This light hits your lens and burns a shadow on it. So basically what you do, you create a shadow instead of having a light on it. So if you're like a little bit more far away, maybe, but still you get too much exposed light. What I like about the LED light, it's not like a flashlight, so you can do like far away distantly and you can still reach it. LED won't reach far away distance objects, but it gives you a nice, beautiful, soft light. So we like to use it on cinema photography. Like right here, I do use LED light, so that's how you guys can see the light hitting me. It's a nice, smooth light, and it's beautiful. We can do amazing shots with that too, okay? Also want to show what else you guys get in the box. They give you different sizes of rings, so it can be matched for many different types of lenses that you guys buy. So it's not only matching for this specifically, you can buy it and you match basically any type of macro lens. So that's, I think it's a great job they actually have it here. Okay, and I think that's pretty much that's it that they actually get in here inside this box. There's no much inside this Godex ML152. Okay, so I believe this is the latest ones they have right now. So tell me yourself, guys, like what do you think about this lens? If that's something like you guys thinking that you get to expose your portfolio. If you already have this lens, you can just share me your experience with that. I would love to know about it. Maybe it's another topic for another video we can make and we can discuss about this lens. But I'm really pretty excited about it because I can get amazing shots for it. I will give a shot and I can try from my experience. If that's something I can take advantage of it, having fun with it, creating a great, maybe something nice for my portfolio pictures. You can really play with that. You can get amazing shots that normally other photographers cannot do, because when you look at from the smaller eye, it can look much more bigger. And I think that's very interesting perspective when you do this micro photography. I think this open a different world for other people. And also it can be open new world for you as a photographer. You maybe will look differently now when you're trying to take those pictures. Whatever you guys like to do, I think that's just amazing lens and I can do an amazing job for you. So put me in a comment below what you guys think about the Canon RF lens, and if you think it's the best lens for macro lens, I would love to hear that too, because I'm pretty excited. That's the lens I'm gonna use. I'm a big fan of Canon. I think Canon actually is amazing as a company. They do amazing things for photographers. They really listen to us, and I hope they continue improve products just for us the way we ask him. And I'm really excited to do this video, guys, with you. So if you really like enjoying watching me this video, if you get to this point, so you can obviously subscribe. I always would like to put more content like that so you guys can enjoy watching it. And you can always find me on social media like Facebook, Instagram, and follow me on social media, and I put a lot more content for you guys right there too.